Hello and welcome to a different kind of video. Let's start off saying this is the first time I'm doing commentary on a video, and instead of doing a traditional preview for a character, we're going to have some fun and do a tier list. There's a couple things though that we need to go over. Number one, we are not doing Bailey or Bliss. If you have Bliss, just take her as high as you can. And Bailey, I would say probably in about an A tier. Take her to 150% blue move damage. I get that all maxed out and you'd be good. But I really want to focus on the males for mutants. This is everyone's a mutant. This is all the mutant males in the game at the moment in time. We're going to start off with number one, that all your belts on the characters are going to be no bonus. It's just a simple belt for everyone. Everyone's going to also be used at a 5 gold level. We can kind of talk about maybe 6 stars and maybe what the best ultimate belt or defensive plate and all that is. We are going to have to we're going to use the best medals and skill plate though for each character. And the final thing we talk about is, this is all my opinion. Nothing really matters here. If you think someone's better, you can leave a comment down below. If you think I should have changed something, or if there's a different plate or medals on a character, please do. But again, this is all my opinion. If you don't think this is right, then that's fine. I mean, heck, this really doesn't maybe even matter to some people. But I'm going to do it just because I want to. So let's get started with the first character. And the first character we're going to talk about is John Cena prototype, Showboat John Cena. And for this preview of the character, we're using John at a 5 gold level, same as everyone, obviously. Really, I would consider him a B tier. He's not great, but he is he's free. He is a free character. He was the first free mutant. So he's still not bad. I've seen him hit for like $500,000. Is it great at a 5 gold level? Not necessarily. I definitely would run armor, I think, on prototype. Best set easily has to be yellow, blue. I think skill plate wise is kind of all over the place. You could have the kid's lightning plate on him. If you do have somehow an ultimate belt, I definitely would say you want a lot of armor on him and defensive plate of yellow. He's not fantastic, but again, he is someone that you can take up if you are free to play. The next one that we're going to talk about here is Cesaro, the first chase character of the Mutants. And I gotta say, I do still really like Cesaro as a character. Definitely, I think he's still an S tier character. I think he's still viable for so many things. Stip Tour as well. A little slow on the Stip Tour, but he's definitely going to give you a lot of points. So let's talk about this right now. Plate-wise, well, let's talk about sets. I know some people run green, purple. I still prefer yellow, purple. I think it works better. It's a little slow maybe. So plate-wise, I think you're going to use It's Time once again. You can infinite if you really try enough, which I've done so many times. I've hit for 2 million. At a 5 gold level, they're not kicking out of that. And even if they do, you're going to do it again. And yeah, so Cesaro, easily an S tier. One of the greats. One of the great tricksters in the game, for sure. Now, another trickster that we need to talk about is Finn Balor Mutant. I love Finn. He was like one of the first people I pulled out of a bag for free. And I almost peed myself for how excited I was to use him, because he was a Titan trial and everyone is able to use him. Balor at a 5 silver level, I think is worse than Cesaro. However, at gold, I think that changes because with his purple moves, obviously, also we should probably talk about moveset, red, purple, purple. The red move kind of varies. If you want the choose move, the 4-charge choose or the bleed, I do like the 4-charge choose. He's going to health steal, is great, and he's just a bigger area, and he's way faster than Cesaro is. So I think at a 5 gold level, Finn actually beats Cesaro by a little bit. Plate, there's really not a good plate. I could see 2 words for you. You could see The Rock is cooking plate. You could see cheap shot. I did a video of him, which I'll show up on right now, and I'll put a link in the description, that I used the Deadman's sigil plate, and it worked okay. It wasn't fantastic. So that is that. Ultimate plate, you could run Fury or Armor. Definitely would see a defensive plate of purple because you could hit that twice. So pinning with 60% armor for the first time. So that is fantastic. Balor, I still think, is a top trickster. If you have him, definitely take him gold. I don't know if I'll take mine 6-star. Mine is gold. He's the second best I have right now for talent. So yeah, Balor is easily, I think, just a little bit better than what Cesaro is. Now we're on to Doink, and I hate to say it, but I think I'm putting Doink at an A tier, just because Doink's a little bit slower. But oh man, I wish I had him. I don't actually have him, but he looks so much fun. At 6-star, he gets even better than what he is now. He's a great trainer. The 150% purple move damage. So really good. I don't know what the best move set is. It looks to me like it's the submission finisher with a purple, and at 6-star you could swap out one of the 2 purples. To me, it does seem like the best. I've seen a couple triple blues, and they have hit pretty hard on me. Plate, I just see defensive plate can be blue or purple, I think, depending on what you want to go with. And you could run armor, move damage even. I actually think Mela plate would be a very interesting thing to use if you do run triple blue, just because I believe it's 150% move damage to your blue every time you hit a sub. So that'd be really interesting to see. So Doink, I think he's just a little bit slow, and now with the feud perk of subs not being as good, I don't see him being as good as Cesaro and Balor are. But he's still a very, very good character. I would highly suggest to take him up if you want a fairly good acrobat. Is he top tier anymore? He's really not, but he's still good. Hogan is next. Hogan is one of those guys where he's really slow during the preview, and it's like he did do a lot of damage, but man, he just took a long time. It seemed like feud-wise he wasn't worth it. Now, I think I have a great thing for him. If you can get a ultimate belt on him, definitely looking at like big 100% move damage. Like if you can get your hands on one of those, that's going to be the best for him. Defensive plate, green or yellow. And I think easily the best plate to put on him is Chic plate. I mean, he's got a 1-charge green that does 150 move damage, 150k move damage, and another one that does like 130. So you're going to hit those all the time. He's going to do over 1 million each time. He's going to really quickly drain someone's health now. So definitely I would suggest, if you have Hogan and a Chic plate, to actually take him up, because I do think he's not as slow as they say anymore. We now are on the newest Mutants that came out. with the free character of Damian Priest. Priest is pretty good. I'm still going to put him in B tier, but I'm going to put him higher than Prototype just because the sub is a lot better. His reinforced gems, I think, are just better than John's. Again, kind of the same thing with Prototype, though, is I'd run Fury or Armor. I think you could run Fury more so on Priest than John, just because I think it is better. But for now on, I do think if you're going to have Priest, plate-wise, general orders for sure. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. I think Bulldog plate is better. It's not as good to put on him than like Bobby or Bulldog himself. But it's definitely better to put on Priest than General's Orders plate. So I think this is what you're going to run. Defensive plate, if you have an ultimate belt on him. Kind of be all over the place. Red or yellow, I think, is definitely what you're going to want. But yeah, I think he's just a tad bit better. Actually, he's not a tad bit. I think he's a lot better than John. But he's not next to Doink in any sort of way. But still, a really good free character. Definitely one of the better ones. So if you are a free-to-play person, then for sure, I think Priest is a really good candidate to take up to 5-star. Next up here, we got Mutant Seth. Mutant Seth is, I think, one of the top ones right now. Chase character, the second chase for the Mutants, is phenomenal of a character. I mean, a sub move that fills itself up. It's a pretty big sub. He can blow up the board infinitely with an It's Time Once Again plate. You could use Heroic Titan plate and just absolutely massacre people. I mean, he is definitely, I believe, the number one guy in faction feud bosses if you have a tested loyalty plate on him. There are so many good things on Seth. He is easily like the top one right now, S tier, beating Balor, Hogan, Cesaro, Doink, Priest, and Cena. Easily, I think. I mean, he is just, he's so good. He's so good. I love having him. He's definitely a definite character to go 6-star, I think, including if you have a Heroic Titan plate. He's so good. Mankind is next, and Mankind is amazing. I love Mankind. He's so good. I don't have him, but I've seen the previews. I've seen the stuff. He's great. First striker mutant, by the way, which is kind of weird. But, I mean, turn 1, 2, 3 million if you have Riddle on it. I mean, plate, you can have his own. You could have Sigil plate. You could have Bad Attitude plate. But, yeah, I mean, Ultimate Belt, which, I mean, I didn't talk about this with Seth, but Seth, like, Fury or Armor, gem damage or Armor on the belt, defensive plate would be probably red on Seth. Where Mankind, Ultimate Belt, should probably just be Fury. Maybe Armor, if you want to go that way. And defensive plate, black. Both are fantastic, but Mankind, he's not as good, but he is super good, I think. Now, next, our second to last one, we have Andre the Giant. And I gotta be honest, I have a sweet spot for this character. Andre is, in my opinion, right behind Seth. And here's why. Because I know in a lot of the previews and everything, they kind of said he's okay. He's not, I mean, he's easily the best Andre in the game. However, I think they ran him wrong. Because I'll be honest, I was kind of with them in that position too, where I thought easily red moves were not that great. You were going to run something with the greens. You're going to run a green, and then yellow, basically. Maybe triple green, something like that. Was going to be what you used on Andre. However, which I'll put up the video of the actual preview of me using him with the best set. I'll put it up right now, and I'll have a link in the description below. Where I think the red moves and are actually the best thing for him. Yellow, the choose red, and then the double red. I think is his best set. And here's why. I think tested loyalty plate makes him so much better. I've hit over 2 mil. I mean, with him turn one. Which, he's not hitting as hard as Mankind, so you could say Mankind is better than him. But still, I do think he's actually better, just because also I've kicked out of people hitting me for 2 million. So easily, I think he's just right behind Seth, in terms of that. And actually, he might even beat Seth if he fought him, because he gets the advantage. But yeah, let's talk about this. Plate easily, yep, tested loyalty, we talked about it. Ultimate belt, Fury armor would still work. But, I mean, you're looking at maybe even move damage might even be better. So that might be actually the best thing for him. Defensive plate can be red. I think is probably the best one for it. So I think, yeah, Andre, he's just was misused in the preview. If you have him, use the tested loyalty plate on. Put it on him. Put a belt on him. Take him up. And you'll see for sure a difference of how, and here watch the preview, maybe, if you really want to see it. He is good. I think he was just misused and just not used right, and just if you watch Merrick's or Gerson's or DJ's previews, they did not run. Well, they did run the set. I know at least Merrick's did, but he did not run the plate. So if you do, I think highly suggest to run the plate. But our last character to talk about here is Roman Reigns, Chief of Beasts, and I think he is just a little bit better than Seth. I mean, you could say he's a little worse, you could say they're the same. However, I think he's better, just by a little bit. His gem damage output is great. If you want to watch a great preview of him, go to Cesaro. I believe he has got a 6-star Roman now. There's just absolutely just wrecks. So highly suggest to watch that. If you really want to see a good Roman. I do not have Roman, unfortunately. But plate, Honky Tonk Blues. You could actually run Mellow Plate depending on the set that you run. You could run Pyro Princess Plate as well. That would work really good too. The best set, I think you're going to run either blue, green, or blue, green. 6-star, you could also swap out a green for it, because a 6-star move is like an HR choose blue. That's a green move. So that is pretty good too. Ultimate belt, you're probably looking at Fury, maybe armor, depending on what you want with your Roman. I don't know. I still think Fury is probably the way to go. But yeah, I think Roman just beats everyone just Seth by a little bit, but I think he definitely is the top mutant right now. Ultimate plate, defensive should probably be blue. I do green. Ashley is probably what you'd rather run. Depending on the set, then you might run purple, but I'm thinking you're going to run green. So that is it. Thank you for watching the tier list video. Again, this is all my opinion. Leave a comment below if you think I should change something, or different belt, different plate. Let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe if you do enjoy content like this, because I'm thinking in October, when the zombie event is over, we will do a zombies tier list, which will be a lot longer than this, but I hope you are excited to see that as much as I am to make it. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.